We are reviewing a movie today called The Whale. This was originally a play by.
I actually don't know the playwright.
What?
This is a play by. I don't.
What's
can
the
you
name of
have
the
a
director
whole
of this?
computer in there? Just look it up on the laptop so that we can see it too.
The director, what's his name? Darren. I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
Morriston. No, that's a color grading guy, isn't it?
I have no idea. His name's Darren. He's also the director of Mother.
It's a good movie.
But like I will say about this film, it's dark.
Yeah.
Like it's weird because it's not in a way, but like I don't know how to explain.
Wait, sorry.
Are we still waiting for?
She just fade to black.
Should we restart?
Wait, how do I?
It's above that button. It's MV, and then you go to PGM. And then you just cut to camera 4. There you go.
Samuel D. Hunter. Book.
Samuel
okay.
D. Hunter, yeah.
It should say play, but it's okay.
It does say play. That's what I put in.
Cool.
Is that not right?
No, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. Oh no, sorry. I was talking about what it says. It says The Whale, book by.
Yeah,
I wasn't
that
correcting
should
your
be
mistake. I was
played.
correcting. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is a play that was originally, this is a movie that was originally a play, and you can tell because it's all takes place in one
Again,
setting.
Yeah.
All takes place at this guy's
I will say
apartment.
I don't. I've told you this before. I don't like when plays get when they transition
Adapted?
them from adapted to film.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to say I'm like 100% on board. It was definitely one of the better ones I've seen though.
Yeah.
Like it's like Fences was good, but it's good. It was good because of the content that it had, like because of the play. But I still don't think it worked. Like
You don't think this play worked?
no, I'm talking about Fences.
Fences,
But
okay.
this one, I think this one worked better. But there are still moments I'm just like, like it just feels limited because it's a play
Yeah.
in the specific moments. You know.
Yeah, because it's like that one night. Well, I guess no.
Well, it's a few days, but it's more understandable because he's restricted.
Yeah,
like,
he can't get out of the house. He
He
can't go
literally
anywhere
cannot
else.
get out of the house. Like
Yeah.
he can't even walk a few steps
Yeah.
without his like walker. I mean,
Yeah.
he can't walk a few steps with his walker, you know? So like he can't walk by himself basically. He finally gets a wheelchair, which that was exciting.
Looks fun,
But
yeah.
even then, like it's
I
sad.
like the part when he got the wheelchair too. Like, what happened to him? Well, it doesn't matter. Let's just go.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I was scared that when he got that wheelchair, remember when he's like backing up? And then he's like, "Can I sit?" And she's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah." And he like lets his whole weight go.
Yeah.
I was so scared that she was
gonna go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, it's gonna
Yeah.
break. But unfortunately, it didn't. So
Yeah.
fortunate.
First of all, did you like this movie?
Did I like this movie? You know, yes, I did like this movie, but I
Okay.
think it's because of the performances and because Brendan Fraser's gonna win that Oscar because of that last scene. Because of that last scene.
I have a lot to say about that last scene.
And I'm gonna start with it because he didn't make me cry. She made me cry, man.
Yeah.
And I think you know what moment when she looks at him.
Why don't you just die?
No, not
What?
any
Which
of
one
that. The
then?
moment where like they were just going back and forth, and he's like giving up on everything, and he's like, you have to. He says something or whatever, and she says, "Daddy, please." In that moment, it made me cry, cause I felt that moment to like the deepest core of my heart. It was
Yeah.
so beautiful, and like. You know, setting Vanessa, I'm just like, I didn't even really like her performance, like in this sense. Not that
It was too much, I thought.
I just think she played the stereotype
Yeah.
rather than figuring out what was going on with her character. I just think she played the stereotype.
Yeah.
But for me, it's just like I don't even really care because that one moment when she said "Daddy, please," I felt that to my core,
Yeah.
and I felt so sad because it's just like. That's one of my biggest fears, like when I have kids, is like to not be able to be there for them, and they're just like needing you. It's oh my God, that movie did get me. It's so depressing, man.
It's so sad.
And you don't notice, but it's so good. It's such a good film and so well directed because when you're in a bad place in your life, you don't know you're in a bad place in your life until you're out of that bad place. And that movie made me feel that. Like, it made me feel like, oh, this isn't so bad, and this isn't so bad. Until I left the movie, I was like, that was so dark. And I did not notice the hole I was in. And that's what happens when people get depression and when people are stressed and, like, they, like, stay at home all day. It's because they don't know they're in a hole. They're like, I'm fine. I'm fine. And you're like, yeah, you're fine. But then, like, you're just kind of on automatic. And that movie did that so well. Especially in there's certain moments because you kind of feel on automatic. Because, like, I was telling Vanessa, I was like, when I watched that film, like an hour and a half in, I was still like, man, I don't really know where this movie's going. But it's because it's like sucking you in and it's sucking you in and it just continues to do that. And then finally, like, it just hits you with that ending and you're just like,
It's so wild to me how like the human body just operates. You know what I mean? Like it
Yeah.
just like the nurse was just like, "We're dying, dude. You're about to die."
basically, yeah.
We're like, "Well, you got a few days. Like you're still good. Like, but you're dying. Like you're straight up dying."
Yes, no, 100%.
And like you just knew there was nothing that he could do.
And there's not like it was, and that's the saddest part, you know, when it's just like you've already given up. You have already given up on yourself.
Yeah, because he gave up before. He gave up way before he started
yeah.
getting the weight. Like he gave up. Like part of him getting the weight was because he gave up, but like it was him after his partner died. So in this movie, Brendan Fraser is a dad who leaves his daughter and
Ex-wife.
wife for another man.
For a student.
For a student of his.
Yeah, he's a professor at, yeah.
And he teaches English or writing.
I think it's writing.
Yeah, he teaches writing, and yeah, and so like the partner dies, the partner passes away, and
Well, the partner commits suicide.
did he?
Yeah, he jumped off a bridge.
Oh, okay, but he was like sickly, wasn't he?
I think he was depressed.
But he wouldn't eat, and he was like sickly,
I think he was depressed.
thin.
Yeah, but I think that's because it comes from depression. Because his whole thing was like, remember he got like excommunicated from like the church and stuff like that, and like
From
that was
his
his whole
family.
world. Yeah, and I think it was because he was gay and he chose obviously that path. And when did you get that, by the way? When did you get that was his sister?
When she said it, when
Right
she
when she
said
said
she
it?
lost her liver, like, oh, she's probably related to him in some way.
Yeah, right when she sat that kid down, and like she sat him down like outside the porch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, at that moment she was talking about it, and then she's like, "I like my brother" or something like that. I was like, "Oh," because it was really weird. Like, I was wondering. By the way, did you know that she was the lady from the menu?
Oh, the tortillas.
She's tortilla lady.
Deliciosas? I did not know that. That's really cool.
I had no idea. And I was like, I was watching this whole film since when I started watching it, and then she came in, I was like, I know this fucking actress.
Yeah.
I know this fucking actress, and I just couldn't pinpoint it, and I couldn't pinpoint. I was like, where's she from?
Where's the girl from? Because I've seen the girl before too.
Yeah,
but I
she's
have
from
no
Stranger
idea.
Things.
She's from Stranger Things.
Yeah, she's
oh,
Max.
yes, she's that weird girl.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And her brother's like
I remember now. Okay.
the Red Ranger.
And then Brendan Fraser, he's the mummy. And then
Yeah.
the guy, is he from anything that we know of?
I don't know. I mean, he's so young too, so he's probably not. I mean, he's probably done something, you know,
Yeah.
but nothing where it's like, oh yeah.
'Cause, I mean, between these other, what a body of work, you know what I mean? Between the other.
The Mummy. The
But,
Mummy returns. No, I'm kidding.
But yeah, man, I really like this movie. I really like the movie because it made me feel so bad for him. Just so bad because there's nothing
Yeah, there's
that
nothing
you
you
can
can
do.
do.
Like at that point, it's too far gone. Like just like everything about him, not disgust you, but it's just like, you know, it's just like, man.
It's-
like whenever he gets up and he's like his back is just sweat.
Yeah.
on his back because he's been laying there for God knows how long. And
I mean, just to watch him, you know,
yeah,
like especially when he was choking,
uh-huh.
and like she
So
literally had to
helpless.
like, yeah, he's like helpless. Like she literally had to put her whole body weight on him and like hit him as hard as she could to be able to like
Yeah.
knock that thing out. And it's just like to not be able to help yourself. Like it's one thing when you're sick and you're like your body's failing you, but like when you're so overweight that your phone falls and you can't pick up your phone or your keys or anything, you can't do anything for yourself. You know, and it's caused by you.
Yeah,
You
you
know,
did
like
that.
yeah, I mean, yes, mental illness and depression and all the things he went through, but at the end of the day, it's like he said, it's like I caused this. You
Yeah.
know, it's just like it's avoiding his problems consistently and consistently until. Did they ever mention how much he weighed?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think they did,
did.
right? But I
No.
mean, he must have been like 800 pounds, right?
Something like that.
Yeah,
Look like a big boy.
he was just a little bit.
And he was tall too. And so like it was just like
Yeah.
this towering. He looked like the big hero 6. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he did.
Like it's just one of those things. And it was just like I don't know, like I don't know. How did you feel about the acting? Because I feel like his acting was really good, but I feel like everybody else kind of like played it up a little bit too much.
You think I didn't really like most of them, to be honest with you. Not that it was like I just don't oh my, let me get my thoughts together here. I don't think Liz had good chemistry with him.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Liz was the daughter?
Liz was no. Liz was
the helper, the
yeah,
nurse?
yeah, the sister
Okay.
of his lover, and
Lover-in-law. I don't know if they were married. Were they married?
no, they weren't married.
Okay, so they were lover-in-laws.
The lover-in-laws. Why are you like this?
I don't know, man. But okay, so
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So
with her, it was just like whenever she was like disciplining the kid and all that kind of stuff.
yeah. I mean, it was
And she was
definitely
like trying to act hard. And it was just like, I don't know. It feels weird. It feels weird. It felt like really forced.
Well, it
And
just was.
then-
There was nothing underneath, you know. Like
Yeah.
there was no subtext to their performance. Like it was very like out there. And so when you have stuff like that goes on like that, it's kind of weird, you know. And it shows there's no chemistry. And it's like, it's not that they're bad actors because they're not, you know. But like, for example, like in The Menu, this is a perfect example because we just watched that film and she was in it. And that you could tell, like there was something seeping, like underneath. Like she knew everything that was gonna happen, and you could tell. Like she knows what's fucking going on, and she didn't have to say it. You could just read that from her performance. And in this, it felt very much like nothing was going on underneath.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like not a bad act. Like she's not a bad actress. I mean, she's
No, she's not.
very
No,
good.
no.
But I just think it's that. Like I don't like. I think they like took this play, or the text as like face value.
And that's what I thought it would kind of like resemble. I feel like it resembled a play a lot. Like you have to like play up every single action. You have to amplify it. And you have to like, you know, not that you have to do that, but
Well, I
like
mean-
it's done a lot because you have to like show your emotions to a group of people that are super far away and all this kind of other stuff. There's not that intimacy of like the close up, right?
Yeah.
And so it kind of felt like a play to me. Like it kind of felt like they were like the ex-wife too, kind of like felt a little bit forced at times.
I
And
wonder if she
the
was
daughter
like,
as well, you know?
yeah,
So to me, it just felt that way. It just felt like, okay, they're doing it a little bit. They're like pushing it. You know what I mean? Like they're going beyond the reasonable emotions of somebody like this. Like
Yeah, like
she's too angry, you know, and
Yeah.
she's too whatever. But
I see what you're saying. For me, I think it was mostly like I don't think it was super overplayed in the sense of like when people do act on stage, like you could say it's not overplayed, but it's just
it's a different type of acting.
it's a different type of acting.
Yeah.
And it works on stage.
Yeah.
But I don't think this is what for me was what was going on. For me it just felt like they're just choices, like they were just going based off of what, cuz it's written out for you, you know? And like it's a difference between like when you read a play and then when you read like a screenplay. There's a lot of subtext in screenplays, and there's a lot of subtext in plays as well. But because you only have basically like the actors on stage, you don't have all these special effects or these houses or anything. You just have the set and the actors. You kind of have to write all that dialogue. You know, it's like very dialogue driven when you're on stage, and it works, and it's amazing because like you're watching a piece of life happen right in front of you. But for film, you just have all these other things that you don't necessarily need to write all the dialogue because it's a visual medium.
Yeah.
And I think it was mostly that. Like I just feel like the dialogue worked for film, but I just felt like they were taking everything like again like it was probably written out more that way as well, you know, where like they have specific directions in the original script of the play, and so I don't know. It was the acting was kind of off in certain and things. I mean, obviously it is a play, so like no matter what they do, like sometimes things progress quicker than they should or shouldn't because that's the way a play works, you know. And again, it works on stage, and at least for me, I can never quite pinpoint why a play does work. But it would be the same thing if somebody decided to adapt a film on stage. Like it wouldn't work.
Imagine The Dark Knight on Broadway. Oh, is she The Dark Knight?
Is it though?
No, I said imagine.
Oh, I didn't hear imagine. I was like,
No, the only one that will ever work would be Lion King. That's it. But no,
Yeah,
like I really like Brendan Fraser's acting because I feel like he had the right amount of like, you just felt sorry for him. You know what I mean? Like he had, like would look at you like with those baby eyes, and like
yeah.
it was like she would get mad at him, and then like he would just look at her, and it's like, well, here's a sandwich. You know what I mean? It's like here's this fucking footlong that you want, or just a bucket of chicken. You know?
Oh my God, when he started eating that bucket of chicken, it was crazy.
Yeah.
He's gonna eat that whole
the
bucket.
sounds too. You could just hear them munching. Yeah.
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 It's so sad though because it's like it's obviously his addiction, food.
Yeah.
And I think for me that was I don't necessarily know if I felt bad for him. But you just feel a sense of like loneliness and him accepting that loneliness and be like, nobody wants me and nobody needs me. And that's what made me feel sad about it.
You okay?
Am I okay?
Yeah.
No, I'm not okay. I'm going through it, guys. No, I'm not. But definitely, I mean, it's just, I feel like I'm still feeling the effects from like the film.
Yeah.
You know. And it's in a ways, and in a lot of ways, it's relatable. But for me, it was just that like nobody at no point found a way to help him. You know, because he's so selfless. You know, and like he was selfish in the beginning. And what I mean by that is when he left his daughters, or when he left his daughter and his ex-wife. He was so selfish because he decided to go with the love of his life, the person that he loved and stuff like that. And like, but then like, obviously he realized that was a huge mistake, you know, and that's not the way things should have been done. And
that's not the way it should have been done, but I don't think he regretted it.
No, I don't think he regretted leaving, but
the way that he did it.
Yeah, the way that he did it, and like the fact that he never got to see his daughter, and all those things, it just felt so sad, you know, to watch this man's life, like, because it was over, like literally his life is over before like the movie starts, like, and like, that's why he's so, I don't want to say happy, but so positive. I feel like that's where that positivity comes from.
He's super positive.
And it's because of that. It's because his life is over, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, and he knows it.
Yeah, he was super positive. He has this piece of shit daughter. He was like, she's perfect. She's wonderful.
She's
And I was
wonderful.
like,
You're beautiful.
are you kidding me? She just said, I hope you die.
I hope
like,
you
why don't
die.
you
You're
just die already?
disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, she says all these things to this dude, and like, he doesn't
but he
care.
said she said daddy at the end.
That got me.
No.
But it's like, what's going on underneath? Like, she clearly wasn't mad at him for what he became or anything. She was just
Mad at his actions. Or like she didn't
yeah, I
grow
mean,
up
she's still,
without a dad.
I mean, he has yet to, he doesn't, even at the end, like, he didn't make things right. Like, his whole thing with making it right was the money. It's like, I'm going to give you all the money that I own. And that's not the way to do things. Like, she needed her dad.
Yeah.
And all she wanted was for him to get his life together so he could be there for her. If he hadn't been there for her the past whatever amount of years, it was 8, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like 8 years.
Yeah, 'cause she was like 16. And she left when she was 8.
Okay. That's 8 years.
Right?
I suck at math.
You watched it last night. You watched it yesterday. Like I watched it like 2 weeks ago.
No, yeah. But I'm just bad at math. But anyways, those are other details. But
Yeah.
But all she wanted was him. And like, I think that's so hard to see, like, that he was enough for her. You know, he wanted to do all these things, and like, he kind of gave up on her like years ago. He gave up on himself. He didn't give up on her.
Yeah, he gave up on, like, he knew that he wasn't going to see her again or have a relationship with her and all this other stuff. And that's the only way to do something for her would be to give her all the money that she could.
Yeah.
That he could. So.
And it's sad because the mom was very much like that too. She's like, we did the best we could. I raised her and you gave her the money.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, bitch, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, like,
oh, that was so nice though. It was such a tender moment when she like lays on him. And she's like, can I hear? Because he's wheezing.
Yeah.
He's
His
like,
wheezing's getting worse. I got out of the theater and I told Kim, is my wheezing getting worse? And she was like, what wheezing? No, it's not getting
I
worse.
was like, do you wheeze? Do you wheeze?
No, I don't
Okay.
think so. Unless I can make myself wheeze, but like I don't wheeze.
Oh my God.
Kim, do I wheeze?
When you laugh, you
Oh, I
wheeze.
just did it. I just did it. I was like,
You need to go. You need to go see a doctor,
where?
buddy.
I
Nah, you're good.
got appointments.
You should. I got a point. Oh, you know what's so funny? When we walked out the movie theater, first of all,
You watched it with Vanessa?
yeah, I watched it with Vanessa.
Okay.
And we were sitting
Did she
there.
like it? Call her up.
She loved it. Oh no, she's on her way to Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Brum brum.
Well, she got time. She got some time.
Nah, she's sleeping, bro. You have no idea. Vanessa falls asleep like that.
Yeah.
Like we'll watch a movie, and if it's boring, she'll knock out.
That's me.
That's so nice.
Even if it's not boring.
I could be
even if I'm
sleepy.
into it.
This is how bad my whole thing is. I could be sleepy, lay on my bed, and my brain just won't let me go to sleep. I don't know if that's ever happened to
Yeah.
y'all. I get
feel
that
like-
almost every day.
When did we get that? We got that like, I feel like sometimes like Kim would like fall asleep on the couch while I'm like playing video games or something like that. And then like we just go back to bed. We're like, okay, let's go back to bed. And then we just like, okay, what are we watching? What are we doing?
Yeah.
We watching a movie or something? So
I wish I could just. I mean, it seems like that's like a little episodes that y'all have though. Like it's not a reoccurring thing.
no, it's recurring.
Oh, it's recurring.
It's been recurring.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No, Vanessa, no, she has no sleeping problems at all. She just knocks out.
Yeah, I don't have a sleeping problem. I can sleep whenever. I can also like wake up whenever. Like if I have to be up at a certain time, like I can wake up and like be fine.
I
You know
could
what
do
mean?
it if I have something to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if I had to be
Oh,
up,
okay.
like
Yeah.
I could go to sleep like at 3 a.m, had to wake up at 6.
Yeah.
Like I'd be just fine.
Same. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
But
For now, because we're like 26 years old. But like,
no, 100%.
I wonder like if in our like 30s or 40s, like it'll change. Oh, we're gonna stay forever young. We're good.
Oh, yeah, sure we are. Unless we
Yeah.
forever young.
Dude, I
2
tweaked my
years
knee.
from now.
I tweaked my knee today, bro. I tried to like pop it, and I just like something.
You felt
Something
something?
hurt. We didn't go back to the gym. We haven't been
Oh
to the
my
gym.
God, I cannot begin to tell you. I was going to tell you that earlier today, like before this whole podcast started. I was going to be like, we need to go back to the gym.
Yeah.
Cause like I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like as soon as we stop going to the gym and I start with my bad eating habits again, I just get a little heavy.
Yeah.
I could feel that shit in my knees. I can feel my ankles starting to, and I'm not like, but
this
like,
knee thing, I was like, I need some mobility. Like I need to
Yeah.
like go on a treadmill and do something.
You
Yeah.
guys sound
Please
like
don't
you're
use
50 years
this.
old.
no, that's
you
gonna be
say?
that's gonna be the opening shot.
What'd you say,
So
Kim?
you guys sound like you're over 50 years old or something.
No, but you start noticing things.
Yeah, that's
and
what I'm
it's kind of
saying.
crazy because like you're just like I'm young, but like that's when they're just like when like if you ask old people, it's like what's one of the things that you wish you could have done or that you wish you would have done when you're young?
Mm-hmm.
Is just like watch my health.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily like go to the doctor or anything. It's like just be healthy with what you eat and work out because like when like by the time you get to 40, like you should see my dad. Like, well, my dad's 60, but And he's pretty healthy, but he's so rigid, man. He's like such a rigid. He's a Mexican dude, and he's just like no flexibility anywhere. And I'm just like,
Yeah, so stiff.
stiff. You know?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to be like
I
that.
get it. Yeah. I saw a TikTok the other day of like if Señores made a podcast.
Oh,
And
did you send me that? I feel like you sent me that.
Did I send it to you?
How was it? Go ahead.
He goes like, oh, no, pues sí, sí,
Pues
sí,
sí.
sí. No, pues así son las cosas.
Oh,
like,
you know,
damn.
I did watch one the other day where it was like when you have depression and you tell your tío or something like that, you're like, ponte las pilas, ponte las pilas. They're like, pero tengo depresión. Pues ponte las pilas. It's like, bro, that doesn't exist.
Kim, you got that, right?
You got it?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Anyways, where do we leave off?
I just think Brendan Fraser had like that. I'm glad he's back.
I am too.
I think he's a good actor.
I think he's very good.
And I think he was the way that he got like blackballed and all this other shit.
Did he though, or did he just?
What
Did
was
he
the
do
story,
anything?
Kim?
Did he do anything?
He didn't do
Let me look
anything.
it up.
He was sexually assaulted or something. Have Kim
me
look
look
it
it
up
up.
because I don't know.
Oh, I have no idea.
But he was like sexually assaulted when he was like younger, and like he spoke out about it, and then was not anywhere.
I had
for
no
years.
idea.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
So the boy
But-
making a comeback.
He's such a nice guy, though.
The mummy himself.
Did you ever watch some of me?
Yeah, when I was a kid.
I think I watched like pieces of it because it was like on Telemundo or something.
Telemundo.
Telemundo.
Shout out to Telemundo.
Shout out to Telemundo, bro.
Azteca America, bro. You watch Azteca America?
Azteca America.
No, but I really like this film. I think that the film had a lot of like it was very different for me, and I think it's because it was a play. It was very different for me, and I really liked it.
Okay. What did you think about what it was like the aspect ratio was shot in?
Wasn't it like
It was like old school TV. I don't know what the aspect ratio.
4:3? Was it like
That's what it is. I don't
Pushed
know.
in?
man. Yeah, yeah. Do you know? What do you think he shot in that way?
I think so you can appreciate how big it is.
Oh.
Why?
Because I think he did it because,
So you can feel claustrophobic?
well, not really
I could see
claustrophobic, but more about like he's in a like this man never leaves his home ever. Like he lives in a box, and so he's containing him even more in the box
Yeah.
by what he shot in.
I could see that.
You could see less of everything going around because
Yeah.
he also can't really see anything because he's fucking so big that like it's
Yeah.
because we just do this, you know.
But he has to do this.
But he could barely do this.
He probably can't do that.
No, he probably can't, to be honest.
He's
Because there
probably
was
not
a
as
scene
flexible
where
as I
somebody
am.
was behind him and he was like,
You know what got me? Whenever he was like typing up an essay or something, I don't know what he was doing. And he opened his drawer and it was just a bunch of Musketeer.
yeah, Three
You know,
Musketeers.
Three Musketeers bar or whatever.
It was everything, chocolate
And then he
imaginable
just
in that.
like he like grabbed it and he was like, no. And then he fucking
He must, yeah.
he didn't even chew it.
No,
It
he
was
didn't
just
chew
like
it.
the whole thing just like all down.
He must have devoured.
It's like my
yeah.
dog. My dog, you give it a piece of chicken and it's just like down the hatch, like not even
Nah,
like a
yeah.
no.
No.
It's so it was like that. It was like that with him.
Ugh.
And
No,
you,
yeah,
you
he was
could
looking-
hear him breathing and eating at the same like. You know what I mean? Like it was
Yeah,
bad.
he ate
Did
too,
you-
I think,
Did
right?
you hear that, Kim? I'm so glad we don't wear
I'm sorry, I didn't
headphones.
hear it. What did you, how was it? Oh, okay. What a man.
What a man!
I see what you see in him. I see what you see in him. I've been seeing it for years since I was in
yeah.
4th grade. I said that man's gonna be some one day. He's gonna be a big ass man.
He's gonna be a big man, but he's gonna be a man.
But he gonna be a man nonetheless.
But
It's okay. Hey, some of us are small. Some of us are
Yeah,
small
it's
men.
okay.
Some of us
It's
are
okay.
big men.
yeah, and so like I really liked the. Oh man, like there's something like very calming about his voice actually, that I really liked.
Yeah.
Like there's something like very like I don't know, it's very like deep and like whatever. It's like a cavernous kind of voice, you know? And so like that just like adds to his like gentle giant kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know? But then like whenever he gets loud, he can get loud. You know, like whenever he was like, I just want to make sure that there's one thing in my life that I did right.
Oh yeah.
It was so sad.
It was so sad, but that's also I would say like because the director is very good at like shots like that. Like you've seen Mother, and it has like super like over dramatic shots of like in that moment was like he
Like a super dolly,
Yeah.
dolly zoom and everything. Yeah.
like one thing, and it's just like you could see everything just hyper focused on him.
Yeah. Can we talk about the ending? He died. Like,
Did he die?
she closed the door and he died. She did not stop for him at the door. She did not stop and go like, what? And then started reading the poem. No. She closed the door. He died because that's where the burst of light came through the door. Whenever she was about to go, he was like, no! I think that's when he died. And then like in his mind, his endorphins, whatever, turned her around and she started reciting the poem and he started getting up and then he got lifted.
Oh, you think it was before he even got up?
I think it was before he got up. I think
Okay.
he couldn't get up. He tried getting up, remember? He tried getting up and like there's
Yeah, but
no
when
way.
you're dying, you get like
Yeah, but you don't levitate
no,
either.
but he got up from the seat.
But I think that like that burst of light coming through the door whenever she was about to close it, that's him dying. Like I don't think it was something that actually happened. Anything after that, my train of thought is that he was dead and or his body was dying already and that he was just like imagining that. And that made it even sadder for me.
Yeah.
That his piece of shit daughter couldn't even do that. Couldn't even read a fucking poem for him. And also, who doesn't check an essay? If somebody writes an essay for you, who is not gonna double read and be like, hey, maybe like I gotta check it and make sure
Well,
it
I
doesn't.
guess yeah. If you're somebody else is writing it, because I remember when we were in high school, and Dr. Price, I don't know if you remember one time when like we all turned in essays, and it was all shit, like they were fucking so awful, and he like was pissed the next day, and we all was like, all right, everybody listen. He's like, all your essays were basically shit. He's like, I'm gonna give you a chance to rewrite it, because we all got like 70s, and I got a 70 something, and like, I think you probably got 100 to be honest.
I probably did, yeah.
But he made
I
us
don't
rewrite
remember
it.
a bad essay on my
No.
part. I'm sorry.
That's a lie. I got like a 60 something in that essay because I didn't really. I mean, did I ever
Checks
really
out.
try? I didn't.
No.
But
You used to try.
yeah, back when
We used to compete.
I was actually really smart, and then I lost my will to live.
You okay?
No.
Jesus Christ. This is not the podcast for that.
No, but the issue is just like it's hard when like. So I became really artsy. I think that was the moment, like before even theater and all that stuff.
I went RT too.
I think
But I guess I was more like technical
but,
artsy.
Yes, exactly, and that's what we talked about earlier, like in other podcasts, where I'm just like, you're more of the technical side, and I'm like, why am I even alive today? Like those
Art. That's
yeah,
art.
yeah, that kind of art. No, and I don't mean to be depressing, but like what I mean by that is just like I kind of just never understood why I needed to do the thing that I needed to do. Like, why do we need to do school if like I'm not gonna do this? And even to this day, like I'm just like, okay, I got a degree, cool. I guess I did get a job from it, but like not what I like. My degree is in psychology, and I'm a videographer at the university.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
And it's just,
like
yeah.
I did everything that I could to like get ahead in school. And like I remember after I graduated and like I had a full scholarship, I was valedictorian, I was number 1 in our class. And I remember after I graduated, there was a teacher, I think it was Mr. Schmidt, I'm not entirely sure,
yeah.
wanted me to come back and like tell students about college.
You're not sure
If he's the one
what
or
teacher it
not.
was,
Yeah.
or you're not sure about his name. Okay, got it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was him that I'm thinking about that actually asked.
You know he got married to.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
Nobody's
to
gonna know
crazy.
about
He got married to crazy.
that shit. No, I'm so sorry. No, you're not crazy. You're not. Wow, we should stop talking about our teachers right here. 'Cause
No.
She does follow me on.
Cool.
Anyways,
I remember I saw an essay that I did with her, for her class, and like it had like really sweet things that she had written on it.
and
she was like,
for her
I
class.
know
She was
that
a math teacher.
No, it was for like college transitions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, remember she used to do college transitions.
No. I
No?
don't ever have my fucking life.
Oh, okay. Well, I used to go to Eastfield
Yeah.
a lot, and so like they gave me like all of the easy classes at A plus, so that I could
Yeah.
just pass the time when I was there because I had nothing else to do at A plus.
They let him skip PE.
Yeah, it was amazing, but then I didn't because then I would go to
It's a fat
football.
joke.
So it was great. Anyway, he asked me to come, and like I was like, I don't know if I should go because I don't have great things to say. Like I don't have great things to say. Like I was first in my class, and I
Yep.
got a full scholarship, and now I'm working, and it has nothing to do with the school at all. Like it had nothing to do with me going to school. Sure, it had like the biggest thing that the going to the university did for me was that I got a job within that university,
Yeah.
but with nothing to do with my degree at all.
Yeah. I mean,
And
your
so-
career has led to me having a career.
Yeah, and hey, that's fine. We
Hey,
take each other
hey,
everywhere.
It's cool. We
You
do.
make it, I'm making. I'm making,
Yeah,
you
I'm
make
working
it.
on
You know
it.
what I'm saying?
I'm working on it.
So am I. All right. We're gonna make it. Okay.
We're gonna make it eventually.
If 2 against 1 we don't make it, like there's something wrong with us. You know,
Yeah.
we'll make it.
There
We'll
can't
be
be
fine.
something wrong with us, man.
We'll be fine. So
Anyways, you were saying.
yeah. So I don't think like I don't have really high things. And we were talking in the car. We were talking about like how like we were taught old dead white guys that died 400 years ago,
Yeah.
but we're not taught how to like do taxes,
Yeah, because the government
how
doesn't.
to have a retirement account,
Yeah.
how to manage your money.
Yeah.
Nah,
Because
who
none of that
cares?
shit's worth the government teaching you. Because.
Yeah. They
Oh,
lose
so
money.
like the scariest thing for me is just like they don't teach you the language that they should teach you. The
He's talking about Satan's language or something.
Yeah, the Satan's language. No, that's not what I'm talking about. But the language that they should teach you, and this is like they teach you English, but they don't teach you the English that they should teach you. And what I'm talking about is what they do in the courts.
lawyer. Yeah.
The lawyer, yeah. You have to be a
Lawyer
lawyer
talk.
to understand what the fuck they're talking about. If somebody decides to sue you and you read a contract or anything, I don't know how to read that shit. Like I'm not saying that you guys do, but
I don't either.
or don't. But that's the thing. It's just like that's how America run by. It's like politicians when they get on senators and I talk about all of a sudden you're like listening to them and you're especially when they're like in the Supreme Court and or maybe not the Supreme Court, but they're doing those conferences or whatever where they're just like going back and forth with
Did
judges.
you see the newest one?
I didn't, but like again, you never really know what the fuck's going on because they start saying shit and then
Dude, I was so lost. Like there was this
this is what I'm talking about.
there was this one thing where like they couldn't come up with who the Speaker of the House was gonna be.
Oh, because
And-
Pelosi retired, right?
What's up?
Pelosi retired.
Yeah. And like there was a Republican. Republicans have the majority. And everybody was like, all right, we're going to vote our guy, right? And then
Yeah.
like 17 Republicans were like, no, we're not going to vote for your guy. Either we vote for our guy or we don't vote for your guy and you guys don't have the numbers
Nah.
to get the majority.
Nah.
And so that should happen. And
Yeah.
like they had to like say, do we want to do a recount or do we want to like go for recess? Like vote for recess. And then like children, they were like, no. And then like,
I know what
like,
you're
okay,
talking
vote for
about.
yes. Yes. And it was like, what the fuck is going
No,
on?
that's like they have to do that. It's weird. They do
But
have to
it's
do
like
that.
the way that they reacted, not like yes.
Oh yes.
No, they were like
Oh, okay.
school children.
Yeah.
Like they were yelling and then like they were like, no.
You know what's also really weird?
And it's like, what is this country fucking
No, it's
up
a
to?
shit show, but also like
Kim and I wanted to move to Spain. What do you think? España.
España. Oh,
España.
Bellísimo.
Buenísimo. Bellísimo.
I was like, what does guy fucking say? I don't know. It's an interesting thought.
Not right now. When we have like money that we don't have to worry about like where we move,
Yeah.
you know, and like our money's making money for us.
Yes.
We want to like not because we were thinking about it, man. We're like, there's nothing here that we like really love.
Sorry. I was like, did he say anything?
So Brendan Fraser, bro.
Brendan Fraser. Okay, let's go back to this because we were. Oh yeah. Sorry. Trying to remember where you left off at. Exactly. Oh, when he died. I remember.
Yes.
Yes.
I think he died. Right then.
Okay, so I'll tell you where I thought where he died was, and then I'll tell you a video that I saw that made me think he didn't die.
He didn't die?
Yeah, that made me think he didn't die. Let me explain. Okay. So I thought he died when. First of all, I still got my heart, man. I cannot take any more of this. I keep replaying the "Daddy Please" in my fucking head, and all I want to do is hug that fucking girl.
The girl, not him?
What?
The girl?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because she needed her dad. And
Her papi.
if you didn't feel that shit, I'm going to say right now, if you didn't feel that shit to your fucking core, I don't know what to tell you as.
Well, to be honest, I don't remember the scene that you're talking about.
Do you remember it, Kim?
Did Daddy please?
I think so, yeah, at the end.
You don't remember that? That was the best moment of that film was the
Tell me
Daddy
what's going
Please.
on. What's going on with him? What's happening?
It's in that scene. It's in that last
In
scene.
that last scene when he's
Yes, when he
dying?
starts talking all that stuff.
Oh,
and she,
okay,
and she
okay,
opens
okay.
the
So
door
the
and she says,
emotions.
"Daddy, please."
Got it. Okay. That was the best acting of her. That was the best. Like, I think that was like the only time where I was like, I feel for the both of them. Because before that,
She was so abandoned, man. Like, yeah, she's a bitch and she's like a fucking rascal and all this fucking shit about it. But she was so abandoned. Like, he fucking
Yeah.
never, like, nobody, like.
and then her mom was also like not, present and like,
No, she just didn't know how to deal with her.
yeah.
She was.
You're mad.
I'm fucking devastated right now. Like, I want to watch that movie again just for that specific moment.
I wanted to watch it again. I wanted to rewatch it.
Yeah, you should have.
I should have, man. We just busy boys. We were gonna do this podcast, by the way. We were gonna do this podcast in a car after having watched the movie.
True.
But I still haven't figured out the logistics of like how we're gonna film and have all the cameras up and running and film for an hour in a car. So that's why we're still here. But we'll figure it out and we'll do it in a car and we'll change it. Okay.
Yeah,
we'll do it in a car, everyone.
You know, when that movie finished, Vanessa looked over at me. She's like, "I don't think I've ever seen you cry during a movie." And I'm
Kim was sobbing, dude. I had never
What
seen
made
her
you cry?
that hard in the movie.
The ending made me cry. I
She's
don't
also
remember
very
when
empathetic.
Yeah.
No, Vanessa. Yeah, I mean,
don't
Vanessa was
remember when I started
bawling
crying.
throughout the entire movie. I think, especially those last moments.
Kim's very empathetic. Like, she will cry if she sees anybody crying.
Well, I kept crying a lot too because he kept saying I'm sorry a lot. He kept apologizing, and for some reason it made me really sad. So the whole movie I was crying pretty much.
I'm telling you, that movie, it's darker than people think it is. It like sucks you into that fucking hole of like depression that you don't know you're in that you're on automatic when you're watching that, and you don't know you're in it, and that happens in real life. You're just like, and then until you're out of that, you don't understand. Like, oh, I was in that. It's a fucking hole. It's crazy, and it was so well done. But he's also very good at that because he does that in Mother, and Mother's like super. I mean, Mother's a lot darker.
Oh my God. Mother, like,
It's
you just leave. Like, there's some movies that you just like stay for the credits. Not because like you like the credits or
that's what I was gonna
you want to
say.
see what's happening after, but you just stay like what the fuck did we just witness?
Yeah, I didn't even move an inch. When the light came on or whatever, I was like this. Just like this. Fucking tears coming down my fucking eyes. And then the credits rolled, and I didn't move an inch. I just stayed right here. And Vanessa did too. And then some fucking guy moved, and I was so annoyed.
Yeah.
But the entire theater, besides that one fucking guy that was sitting next to us, just stayed still.
Yeah.
There's these two ladies down, like a couple rows down. They were bawling. There was like these older ladies, like mid-40s, 50s. And then we walked out of the fucking film, and we're all cleaning our fucking faces. And then those ladies came in behind us because they stayed a little bit longer. Or they came out behind us, and all I hear was one of the ladies be like, "What a feel-good movie, huh?" I was like, "Oh, God." She's like, "Oh, yeah, super feel-good movie." And I was like, "Oh, my God." It was so funny when she said that shit. But, no, that movie was it wasn't my favorite in the sense of, like, I did feel like, okay, when is this movie going to get going? So I don't want to say I love the movie.
And honestly, that's how I feel about most plays in general.
Yeah. I
Like
get
plays,
you.
whenever like you sit down, you're like, okay, it's gonna be like an hour of like setting up the story, but like very slowly, and then it's gonna be about 30 minutes of just razzle dazzle. You know what I mean?
Not the motherfucker with the hat. Shout out to motherfucker with the hat.
I still we should do something. We should do a show for
Oh
it
my
about
God.
that. We really should.
I love that play.
Let's do
You
it.
ever read the motherfucker with the hat? Ah, I love that play.
So we're
He comes
gonna-
in. Okay, go. Sorry.
we there's this play
Called
there's
The
a play,
Motherfucker
right?
with the Hat, yeah.
Called The Motherfucker with the
My
Hat.
boy Steven Alligergis. Shout out.
And we wrote a short film based on it, loosely based on
Loosely
it,
based on it, yeah.
called The Son of a Bitch with a Wallet.
The son of a bitch with the wallet. Yeah.
And so, and it was clearly just like a nod. And so, like, we wrote it. I think it was pretty good. And then we just kept poking holes in it to the point where it's just like,
Yeah. But I think you think it's a masterpiece. I don't know why Ricardo thinks it's a masterpiece.
what? I just think it's like, I think it would be like a really good film
Well,
to shoot.
not that it's a masterpiece, but you've always said you're just like, this is our best work. You've said that before.
What?
You have told me. You're like, this is the best short film I think we've ever written.
No, The Printer is the best work we've ever done. But The Printer was a horrible short
Oh
film.
my God. I don't even want to talk about
Ryan Connolly, I submitted this.
He has to have it, right? Somewhere?
You guys filmed it?
We
This
filmed
was
it.
in high school.
It was
You don't have it, the footage?
No,
Oh my- he
I
looked for it.
deleted it so fast.
Yeah.
It was so bad. It was
so
really bad. But not as bad as he says it was. It was pretty bad though.
I want to see it.
I
wanna see
wish
it
you
too.
could see it, but oh my goodness. Bro, you were in a fucking wife beater.
Huh?
You were in that wife beater.
Yeah, it didn't have a monster. I didn't have a monster, so it was me and a wife beater.
Breathing hard as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right behind you.
That's
see his
somebody
fucking
that you would
face.
see in a wife beater.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But no, but I think we should revisit the motherfucker with the hat script and do something with it. Because I really did like it.
I
what we
love
did.
that
I don't
play.
think it's our best work.
I want to read that play again. It's
I
so
think the
good.
Chupacabra is pretty fucking good.
You
I
like
think we
it?
should- I really like it.
Oh my God.
I think we should make that.
I think we will. I don't know how we're gonna do it, but I gotta get it to Guillermo del Toro.
Guillermo del Toro?
He's the guy. There's a fucking monster in it.
Yeah, but I feel like Guillermo del Toro is very focused on the monster. I don't feel like this film is very focused on the monster.
Yeah, I mean it could be. I mean, ideally, you know what? Ideally, I don't want to say anything because I'm gonna fucking ruin my chance at anything. Whoever, like Alfonso Cuarón, Alejandro Iñárritu, Guillermo del Toro, just
Ricardo,
hit me up.
just give us some money. That's all we need. Just
You
need a
think
little
so?
bit of money.
I don't wanna
We just need
fuck it up.
a spec movie. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
like some kind of like spec short film.
I finally sent it to
That's
one of
it.
my friends from Queen.
Okay,
So-
I guess I'm not a friend.
So,
guess I'm
oh,
just an
you?
acquaintance.
Hell nah.
I said acquaintance. The
Acquaintance.
fuck is that?
You're just an acquaintance. I used to say that so much when I was in high school. They're like, we're not friends. People used to be so hurt by that shit. But like, we're not friends, bro. We're acquaintances. And they're just like Lydia was so fucking. You know Lydia. Obviously, you're very good friends
You
with
know
Lydia.
Lydia.
And she used to be like super hurt. Not like seriously, but there were some people that I feel like did get offended. I can't remember who at this moment. But anyways, the motherfucker with the hat's so good. I love that shit.
Should we move on to the ratings? Kim?
Hold on. I wanna.
What?
I wanna talk. Wait, I haven't even finished what the ending was, where I think he died.
It's been an hour and 5 minutes.
Okay, well let me get to that. We're gonna cut out some of this, anyways.
No, we're not.
So I think
Uh-huh.
originally what I thought was that he got up, and the moment before he levitates is where he died. Right? Because I think his desire to give his daughter one last push and be like, I could do this, that you'll be fine. And to prove to her that he could get up, no matter how difficult it, took. So I think that was the moment. But then I saw an interview, and if Kim, could you pull this up?
If you, like a guy like Charlie, who I played in this movie, in any way struggle with obesity, or you just feel like you're in a dark sea, I want you to know that if you too can have the strength to just get to your feet and go to the light, good things will happen.
So get to your feet and go to the light. Good things can happen.
Yeah.
And to me, I feel like that's why I think maybe he didn't die. It's like maybe that was the moment his life changed. Because if that was his death, why would he put it in those words? To be like, if you too, like Charlie, could get to your feet.
I just picture a talk with the director. Hey, I don't die, do I? No. You're gonna live forever, buddy. You're gonna live forever. Don't worry. No.
Like, I get what you're saying. It's probably more.
Just lift up.
It's probably more realistic that he did die. But I don't know, man.
How did you interpret it, Kim? Very curious.
I think he did die.
When did you think he died?
At some point when she was like reading back what was it, essay or poem?
You think she actually started reading the poem? You don't think that was his imagination?
I don't know, honestly. But I think he died.
But anyway, that's why I think that maybe he didn't die. I think maybe that was because I feel like everybody has that moment in their life where they change. You know, you hear those crazy stories, where just like that moment, like people remember the moment their life changed. And maybe it was the daddy, please. Daddy. Back to the ratings. We'll go or moving on to the ratings.
Oh, ratings.
Moving on
Kim,
to the
do you have 'em?
I sure
ratings.
do.
Okay, let's go through them.
Number 1, story.
Story.
It's a 5, bro.
It's a good story.
It's a good story, and like it's hard to not give us a play.
I think
a 5.
actually maybe not a 5. I think it was really good. I don't think it's a 5 though. I think it may be like a 4 because like I feel like the story was leading you one way, and then like it was a little too predictable at some points, you know, like with the essay. You know he was gonna give her something that she wrote, you know.
Oh no, I did not know that.
Oh, I saw it coming a mile away. But like, you're such a good writer. You should like, really just try. Here, write something. And then she just takes the essay without like,
Yeah.
okay, she
But
just
teachers
gave
say
her
that.
something. Huh?
Teachers say that.
Yeah, I know, but like it's just so obvious to like, okay, he's just gonna give her something that she did. Like she wants to show her that her work is good. That's what she wants to show her. Oh, like that's what he's gonna do, and he did. And so, like that's not the main thing, but like sometimes, like for example, with like the bedroom of the boyfriend, that one was actually like pretty not funny, but it was like pretty sad that he finally got the courage to go into the bedroom and he couldn't even fucking fit through the door. That's so sad. He just like. I was like, oh my God, that's terrible.
Yeah.
And this little fucking dweeb goes in there and steals his Bible. I didn't like him.
Well, fuck that kid, man.
Oh my God. I didn't like a lot of people in this.
Honestly, just don't even really feel like he was needed.
Right?
I don't really know why he was in there. Maybe if I watched the like live.
Even in the beginning, like it was just like the part because he missed like 5 minutes of the movie. Just letting you know. I commit. I watched the previews. We watched some of the credits. Like, we stayed.
It's because of me.
What?
It's because of me. Because I like to get there very early.
She does.
If we're late, I won't.
But I
won't
did
let
it.
No, you were
What did you do?
forced
5
to
minutes
do
late?
it. You were
What did you do
forced.
today? 15
well,
minutes late?
unlike your
What did I do
girlfriend
last
that
time?
loves to
30
get there
minutes?
on time, my girlfriend decides to be like, hey, we're getting there at the fucking time I want to get there.
When did you see it?
Because the movie starts when Ma arrives.
Where did you go see it?
I love her, but Jesus, sometimes she can't get her time right. Where did I go see it?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so apparently it's called the Violet Crown or something like that. Or
What? Was it good?
It's the Magnolia, bro. It's the Magnolia Theater. It's gone.
Oh, by Uptown?
Yeah, it's gone. Whatever that, can you look that up, Kim? Whatever that movie theater's name is. We were like, where is this? And I was like,
Magnolia's gone?
everything
Oh,
was
that's
super
sad.
serious. I was like, babe,
That's where I watched Feather.
I don't know if I've ever heard of that, but
Oh, no, Tickled. Tickled?
Tickled. Yeah. I've never seen that, but you did tell me about it. But anyways, we were getting there, and I'm like, this is weird that there's a movie theater really close to the
It's
Magnolia.
called Violet Crown.
Violet Crown, yeah. And so we were like, it's really weird that there's a movie theater next to the Magnolia. And then we just kept edging closer and getting closer. And I'm just like, I told Vanessa, I'm like, I think it's where the Magnolia used to be. And I had no idea that they closed it. And
What's next to the Magnolia now? Because I know.
Micocina, he used to
Micocina
work there. He used to work there at Micocina.
I know. What is it now?
I think it's still Micocina. Oh, actually,
they
no, it's
closed.
not. They closed when?
Yeah, they closed it down.
I didn't see. I mean, there was a restaurant there, and that you are right.
I smelt it, but I just.
It wasn't Micocina because it wasn't blue, but it was green, I think. But I don't know what Taco Diner's still there, I think, but I don't know what it is. I don't know what the new one is, to be honest.
Interessant.
I think they closed. Taco Diner?
No, Taco Diner's still there, I think.
The one across from me?
Yeah.
I thought it closed.
Did they fucking close?
Didn't Dallas close? Didn't the whole city close?
Where have I been my fucking life? I'm telling you, I walked out of that fucking movie theater and it was just fucking depressing everywhere.
Yeah.
I saw, like, it was crazy.
Yeah, no, but okay. So like, I don't think it was like the greatest like story I've ever heard.
But that's not.
But, like-
yeah, it's not the greatest story. Yeah, I mean, that's not.
Yeah, but like it was like some of the script, like there's just too much like that you can guess or that you can like. There's not a lot left to the imagination, you know, and like everything's very predictable and all that kind of stuff. And she was telling him about what happened to his lover, like you knew she was related to him because how much she meant to her, and it's just like, okay, like we can see where all this is kind of like going, and there's gonna be a health scare and something's gonna happen. And so like it was there was no surprises. And so like I like to be surprised. I like to be shocked at where the story goes, right? And this didn't have that. But it was a good story.
Yeah,
and so like
but-
that's why I wouldn't give it a 5 because there was like no element of surprise at all. And not saying that like a movie has to be surprising for it to be good, because this was really good. But yeah, that's why I just wouldn't give it a 5 because there was like not all the elements that I like in a movie were usually.
I get what you're saying, but this isn't. That's the thing. It's not. It wasn't made for it to be a movie. You know. And so,
Yeah,
like,
but
that's
it is a
what-
movie.
Yeah, it's a movie, and somebody decided to adapt it to a movie. But like, for me, the story was a 5 because like it was written for stage.
Yeah.
You know. And like somebody decided to adapt it to a movie, cool. Like you want to put it, but like, and there's always gonna be something weird about it because like, they're not supposed to be made as movies. But just because it was missing something,
Yeah.
or because something fell off because it was a movie, doesn't
Yeah.
mean that when you go watch it on stage, it's not a 5. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And the writing
I
isn't
felt,
there.
I feel like if it was on stage, it would have
So-
been a 5 for me.
Well, that's why I give it a 5 because I'm just like, for me, it's just story. It's not like story in the context of the movie. It's just like plain story, like how well developed it was, and yeah, I mean, also like, I mean, the characters are very well developed as well, you know, and for me, like maybe the acting sometimes didn't here and there like
That's why I
mixed
didn't want to
together.
give it a 5 because I feel like most of that acting too.
But I don't think it had anything to do with the story. Like I think it was there. I just think people like again like performances can make or break it. And again, this isn't saying that there were bad actors or anything, but like there was something kind of like, you know. And again,
Yeah, because like to me, like for example, like with the mom, right?
Okay.
With the mom, like you didn't know anything. Nobody dropped any hints besides that she got left throughout the entire movie until she came on board, and then they explained their entire backstory right then and there. You know?
yeah, but that's
And,
how
like-
plays are written.
Yeah,
And like
but,
you like she's such an important character in the story. That's like the only moment she comes out, but like that's kind of how it's like, you know, like, we were speaking of the Glass Menagerie, and Jim's only in it like the second act, but like I think only for maybe 20 minutes.
yeah.
He's such an important character. Like he like the effect that he has on that family like has a downfall on everything.
But you know throughout the entire play, you know about it. Like you know what the story is, right? And I feel like with her,
I don't know.
we didn't know the full story until she came on board, and then we got fucking 10 years worth of story in like one scene, you know? Or it's like, oh, remember we did this, remember we did this, oh,
Yeah.
good times, but you left me, and you left me this way, and then we did this, and
Yeah.
then you did that, and then we did that. I was like, it doesn't seem very natural. Like I don't
It's
feel
because
like,
it's not made for film.
yeah. And so like that's why to me, as a film, it didn't really work as well with the story as a whole, just like as a whole.
No,
like,
and
it didn't work. Like
I agree
as
because
well.
I just don't think stage plays should be really films because sometimes they don't really work.
Yeah, and
Or
so
most
like
of the
that's
time
what I'm
they
saying. So
don't.
like if it was a stage play, I feel like that makes sense for stage, but for film it didn't make sense. And so like that's why I wouldn't give it a full 5 because I feel
Yeah.
like the story wasn't really given enough like not care because like you can't really do too much about it, but like it just wasn't made for it, right? And so like it
Yeah.
wasn't perfect. And so to me, like as a film, like that's why I would give it a 4. Like I think the story was great.
I see what you're saying. I'm still gonna give it a 5 because I just for me it's
4.5.
it's hard for me to give it a 4.
4.5.
I think I don't know. I mean I guess that's what it's gonna end up as, but I still it's hard because like for me it doesn't.
You know, I think it's a 3 now.
I don't know.
Let's just settle on 4.
You know what? No, but again, it's just for me. It's like well, if it's a great story, like if you were to adapt a Pulitzer Prize-winning play to a film, you'd probably not give it a 5. And it's like, how can I believe that? For me, it's like you not give it a 5. But it's not. It doesn't. It's not the fault of the writer or the story. It's the fault of the medium it's portrayed in.
Absolutely.
So that's why for me, I can't. I cannot give it a 5 because
Yeah.
it was if on its the story on its own. Like if I was reading it as a script, I feel like that's a great story.
But like
That's a great story.
Like I don't know. I guess I'm seeing it like as a film, just like in its place, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're incorporating the play as well into it, that makes sense. But like other than that, like I'm just seeing it as a film, and like as a film, like if you didn't Google it and you didn't know that it was a play and you didn't know any of that. If it was just a standalone, like maybe he wanted to make it into a play but never got made, and so that he just made it into a movie instead, like, would you have given it a 5?
I think just for the purpose of story, yes.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because I'm just taking story. Like I don't want to put it in the context of film. Like the medium it was portrayed in, because I feel like the faults that it had is because it's bleeding from the medium that it's in. It's bleeds like, oh, it doesn't really work. But I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing it just as story. Like, did the story work? Was the
So you're not
story
seeing
good?
how the story was told? It's just about what the story is.
I mean, I think the story was told well. You know?
No, but that's where I disagree. Where it's like I don't think it was told as well because it wasn't film.
Yeah, but I don't think that's the fault of the story. Like, I think that's the fault of film not fitting the story. That's why I give it a 5. Does that make sense? Like, I don't think we're gonna
It
come.
makes sense.
I don't think
Yeah,
we're gonna come
we're
to an
gonna-
agreement, to
no,
be
I don't
honest.
think
But I
so.
do give it a 5
Yeah, no, I
because
hate you.
I think the story was. What?
I hate you, yeah.
Jesus Christ. I guess this
anyway.
is fucking it then.
4.5. So, okay, so what's the second thing?
Beauty.
Beauty juice.
Oh, I thought you said duty. I was like, duty? I was like, what the fuck?
Beauty.
Beautifulness. The beautifulness of the film.
The beauty of the film. Because beautifulness is still not a word.
Dude, it's so a word. It's so a word.
Beauty of the film. Okay, so
You know,
I think that it took some actual, like you were talking about the aspect ratio, right? Like it took some steps into making it feel
yeah.
more real, you know? And like you said, it sucks you in. Sucks you into like this whole, like you're contained in this house like he is. It's a tighter format of shooting because you need to feel claustrophobic.
Yeah.
And like, I think it did a pretty damn good job at it.
Yeah.
Like I think for like I wouldn't really love like a movie that's just set in one location. Like I feel like that is something like it's almost like a gimmick. Like have you ever seen
Yeah.
the movie Buried with what's his name?
I know
Ryan
what
Reynolds?
Oh no, never mind.
It's a movie that takes place entirely in a coffin, and Ryan Reynolds is trying to get out. And like the whole thing is like this is the premise of the movie. Like
weird
all takes
dude.
place in one place.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's almost like a gimmick, right? But this is not a gimmick. Like this had
No.
they had nothing to do with like like them trying to be like, okay, let's see if we can just film it all in one place. No,
Yeah.
it was just like that's just what the story happened to be, and so like I think that was done really well, and I really like that. So I give the beauty. We need to like see what, because it's not Blade Runner.
It's okay. It's not Blade Runner, but I think you want to give it a 5.
I did, but that's why I was like, we need to see like what the,
I think it's
what
a
the
5.
thresholds are.
I think it's a 5.
I want to give
And
it a
I
5
think
too.
it's a 5 because, again, like I think the visual aspect of it, it's so subtle and things you don't notice, but it makes you feel the things it feels because the way everything is, like the way everything's set up, like the aspect ratio of the film, the darkness that it's like fucking oozing darkness out of that fucking theater when they play that film. It's crazy. It's just like, it's so dark, but again, it's like empty. It's like a void. Like you don't even know what's happening in front of you. And then you're just like, I'm so fucking drained. Like I don't know what's going on. And I don't know why I feel this way. And then you notice that like, well, the film did that. But his movies are also very good at doing that.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily in the context of like the beautifulness category. It's not like
There's not gonna
the
be
most
no swooping drone shots.
exactly. It's not like this
or
most.
anything like
It's
that.
not visually appealing, but it's the complete opposite. So that's why I give it a 5 because it's like
I agree.
it does what it was supposed to do so well that it's like, oh my god, like I didn't even know I was in that shit. Like and so like
I agree
fucking
with
like
that.
it ended.
I definitely agree with that.
For me, it's a 5. I think because of that.
5 it is.
We've made up again.
Anyway.
I was like,
So that was a 5.
5.
Movie. Kim, what's the next category?
Soundtrack.
Soundtrack.
I
Those,
don't.
those violins, bro.
Oh, yeah,
or cellos or whatever they were. I don't remember it that well. It was
Yeah, I
2
don't
weeks
remember.
ago.
I don't even remember. I was yesterday for me. I don't really remember it that well.
Okay,
So,
but like,
violins.
I do remember they made me sad.
well, I
They
mean,
made
it
me
must have
feel.
had something. I mean, I want to say it probably had also to do with the way it made people feel.
Yeah.
And like that darkness I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. But I just don't really remember it. Like it's
Yeah.
not. It probably wasn't bad or anything. So
Yeah.
like,
I did like his voiceover a lot. Like I said, like it was very like in your ears, very clear, and it just made you feel, I don't know, some kind of warmth. Like this guy is a good guy, kind of thing.
yeah. Is he though?
I think so.
He left his fucking daughter.
It's so weird to me how like adults are just supposed to be like, "Hey, your life is over. You're a parent now. Your life is completely over."
But it's not over.
No, it's not over, right? But like, if you have any desire to do anything else but be a parent, like you're fucked up and like you're done. Like you can't like. You have another love of your life. Well, that would destroy your kids. So don't do it.
Oh no, okay, that's different. Like I feel like people could remake their lives if like. their
Yeah,
mother
but like
died or
you're
father.
supposed to like pursue your kids' well-being more than your
course.
own happiness.
Not necessarily, but I think like
There's ways to do it.
I think for me it's just like I don't like if I have a kid and like yeah maybe like I don't
What's
know
his
when
name?
I'm gonna
What's
have a kid.
his name gonna be?
Marin.
Marin. Oh, what do you name him, Marin?
Oh my kid, no look if I have boys, bro, Valente Macedonio and Pascual Vitrino. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now.
You better not steal those
And if
names.
it's a girl, it's Eufemia Dorotea.
Oh, not the wheezing.
And if I have a second little girl, my little precious little girl, it's Cleophas Inés. Okay, I'm just gonna put that out there right now. Don't be stealing my fucking names. Yeah. Or Marin.
Or Marin. Just simply Marin.
Simply Marin. No, yeah, but anyways, how do we get into this conversation?
I said he was a good guy, and you said, was he?
He's a good guy. It's sad. It's very sad to watch him go through what he
He
did.
made a mistake. He made a mistake.
He made a mistake, and also like it was obviously life wasn't easy for him. And no, I don't hate him. I think it's sad because I think a lot of people in his life, like he like isolated himself from a lot of the world because of what happened to him. It's sad to watch somebody that just like they're going through it, but they can't afford to just like nobody just want to be like you could sit there for a second and breathe, and it's all gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I mean, again, it's not like he was not doing anything and like lived depressed in a fucking room. He didn't. He literally continued to work. Why? Because he was trying to raise money for his daughter. So it's just like, even at the end, like till the very end, it's like he literally couldn't like just stop being the dad he wanted to be. I mean, he didn't know how to be a dad. I mean, very clearly, but he wanted to. And like, I think the story tells that very well. And like, continue to be like, she didn't let me see you every
You're
time.
still hung up about the story, huh?
Huh?
You're still hung up about the 4.5 on the story, huh?
Nah, I didn't even think about it. The fuck you
No,
for
but
that.
the story did really well.
Nah, I just thought the fucking story was great. Cause I won a Pulitzer. Anyways, but
So the soundtrack.
oh my god,
How does that affect the soundtrack at all?
I gotta say it probably had to do with like I'd have to rewatch it though, so I'm gonna say a 3, bang average.
3?
I mean, 3 is not average for us, but I'm gonna give it a 3.
Okay.
Maybe 2. I don't remember it.
I was gonna say I was gonna give it a 3.
Yeah. Oh, you were giving it a 3?
Yeah.
Are we doing the same thing? Oh,
The high five.
I thought we were doing the same foot thing. I don't know. I just can't really remember it. And like, it was maybe the balance is a 5 because it was so well blended together.
I just remember the end credits making me feel so fucking sad because of like some strings. There was some string instrument
I don't know.
that was just making me so sad. It was like, and I was just like,
you remember that song?
what?
If I no, when you and I were making
Oh,
a fucking
yes!
we made a fucking
I
band.
told Kim about that. I was like, yo, we had a fire chorus. Like it was dope. Okay, I would say a 3. I would say a 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I want to say it 2, but I'll go bang average with you 3.
Okay.
'Cause I think it had something to do with it, but I can't really like speak on it.
Yeah. Okay. So let's do 3. Kim?
Balance.
Balance.
Balance. The balance.
Balancia.
I loved Brendan Fraser's performance.
Who? Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser's. I didn't love everybody else's performance. Mm-hmm. The directing, I think.
I do gotta say though, I didn't really love Brendan Fraser's performance though.
You didn't?
No.
Oh, I did.
I think there was aspects of it. That's why I started it with, if he wins the Oscar, it's for that last scene. But I think there was some there. I mean,
I can't think of any moments that I didn't like. That I wasn't like.
In the beginning, I can't remember exactly what it was, but there was moments where I don't even think he believed himself, but I don't know how early that was in the. And I mean, that happens. Okay, I mean, happens to everybody. Like I'm not saying he's like it was a bad performance because it was not a bad performance, but like I just think there was moments where like. I mean, I think I appreciated his performance more at the end because it made me realize like all the things that he was doing and like the deep hole that he was in.
Yeah.
Especially like the sorry and the like he kept saying sorry and kept saying sorry. He was apologizing. It's like Kim said, she felt sad because of it, but he was apologizing basically for the way he was, and like all the things that he was doing.
He was apologizing to everybody because like he was apologizing to,
he was saying goodbye because he was committing suicide. And that's one thing I was talking with Vanessa about it. It's just like there's nothing legally you could do because he's literally committing suicide. Mm-hmm. Like he literally lost the will to live and is eating himself to death. But because he's physically doesn't have anything where he's like harming himself with, like a weapon or anything, like they can't do anything. Like there's nothing legally that they could do. But he's literally committing suicide. Yeah. That's why he eats all that shit because he's literally wanting to die so she could get all that money. And so he could see his lover and all this stuff. And I mean, it's very selfish, But like, again, when you lose the will to live, it's very hard.
So what do you give for the balance? Because I would give it a lower rating than I have for everything else, just because it wasn't.
I mean, I think the acting was.
I don't think the acting was great.
It wasn't great. It wasn't
and I think
bad.
that also has to do something with their directing as well. There were some things that were directed great, but then like. I feel like the directing also affects the actors because the actors are good actors, right? But like I didn't love their performance, and so like I feel like that also has to do something. The directors have fault at that point somehow, right?
I mean, yeah, I mean, it can be. It depends on how involved he is, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
which probably knowing him, he probably is very involved with his actors.
Yeah.
Not that I know him, but like
Yeah.
from seeing his
And maybe,
work.
like you said, like if he's the one that did Mother.
Yeah.
And Mother is a motherfucker. Like, it is a trip of a movie.
It's a fucking trip. I think the only ever time that I've felt like, you know how I was talking about Everything Everywhere All at Once, how it made me feel? Like, I think Mother's the closest thing
Yes.
that makes me feel to Everything Everywhere All at
Yeah.
Once. Because that movie is like a lot to take in.
It's so much.
Oh my God,
It's
it
so
just-
much. It's so, like, it's spitting everything out at you all at once.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
Your brain can't comprehend
so
everything
much
that's
they
going
start
on.
eating babies, and you're
Oh,
like, what the
oh my
fuck
God,
is
they
going
did,
on?
yeah.
It is a crazy
It's a
movie.
lot.
And that's one that we're going to cover, right? Is it on
Yeah,
our
we're
list?
going to cover it. And I think it's because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's because like I know it's one of those like crazy movies, and
Yeah.
it's like I think we should talk about it.
And that's over the top as well. And so, like, maybe, like, that's just his directing
I also
style.
saw it when I was like, I don't know, my early 20s. So like, I must have
He's
been like,
now in his later 20s.
I'm 26. So I mean, I
26.
watched it like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, and that's like a different mindset. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Cause like that's what I mean. Like I think like there's certain movies, and
I want to see it now that I know what's coming. Because it started off like a regular movie. And he just got a little crazier, then a little crazier,
Yes.
and then hella crazy, and then super crazy,
yes,
and then
but
just
he
flat out
well,
insane.
first of all, this dude loves trauma. Like anything, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. Trauma, anything that has anything to do with trauma, he's like, I want that to be my fucking film.
What?
That's what I think he thinks.
Oh, he just thinks of trouble.
Yeah, because like I think that's like about trauma of like losing a baby, right? I think it's I don't remember it exactly, but I think it's about that. But anyways, this one's obviously
It's
about
like a biblical thing, right?
it's always biblical stuff. But anyways, but this one's a lot about that stuff too, like depression and like eating yourself, like it's like disorders and you know what I mean? And so I don't know. I feel like he is like attracted to those type. I mean, he does a very good job with it. You know,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. I don't know. I don't know what to give the balance. I mean, it had moments that were really good, and I think like the ending. I mean, Jesus, that ending.
It had one of the most emotional endings I've ever.
Oh my God, I didn't even
Experience
tell
in
you
the
with the
fucking
moment
movie.
that she said that she was like, "Daddy, please." I'll tell you exactly what I did. I was watching this movie, and she said, "Daddy, please," and as soon as she said that, I went. I did that exact fucking. I don't know what.
You moaned?
It wasn't a moan. It was
Oh,
like
okay.
like I needed to gasp for air. It was weird. It was like my fucking soul was leaving my body. It was like a crazy experience. And I think that's the most impactful movie. That's the most impactful moment that I've ever had watching any movie ever.
Damn.
That one moment, yeah.
Damn. And see, like, this is why, like, the balance to me throughout the entire, if you take the entire movie into the context, like, it's a pretty, like, it's above average. It has some moments of, like, true, like, just depression and sadness.
Yeah.
And just when he couldn't get through the door and he just
That's
smelled it.
I was gonna say that was so sad.
That was
and
so
like,
fucking sad.
have you ever done that? Like smells like something about. Have you ever smelled something that's like somebody else's just to like because you?
Oh
just
yeah,
smell it?
yeah,
I felt that moment to my core. I was like,
yeah,
I was like that moment. is
yeah.
so
And like,
precious.
oh, it still smells like them. You know,
It's so and
like
it's,
that's what he was thinking throughout the thing, and I was just
it's
like,
so sad, man.
yeah. And so it had moments of like really,
Yeah.
really fucking like visceral, just
Gut wrenching,
yeah.
emotional, rawness.
All right, so what's next, Kimberly?
Wait, we didn't even rate balance. We just talked about it.
4. What's next?
What about my fucking rating?
What do you give it?
I kind of want to give it 3.
A 3?
Yeah.
Those great moments didn't jump out at you?
I think because it had great moments and then it had blech moments.
You know what? I'm agreeing with the 3.
Yeah.
Because those great moments are just something about it. It's just something about it. Those good moments
You're
can
not
just
wrong.
be something about it. We don't
Oh.
have to like include it into like bump up the score just because if the balance is off, the balance is off, right?
It's like on, but it's kind of off. It's
Yeah,
weird.
it's not
weird.
great balance. So
Yeah, yeah,
3
yeah.
3 is fine. All right.
Okay, next.
Kimberly,
Rewatchability.
rewatchability.
Talk about a rewatchable movie.
I think it's a rewatchable
It's a
movie.
5, man.
Yeah.
It's a 5.
I think so.
Especially if you're fucking sad.
If you're sad, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Not only, okay, so
Prime steak right here.
here's the thing. Like, this movie is like sad, but you can't outdo it. Do you know what I mean?
What do you
like, your feelings are valid and your sadness is valid, all that kind of shit, right?
Yeah.
But like when you watch this movie, you're like, I could turn my life around. You know what I mean? Like there's some going back and like whatever problems I'm dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so like you don't feel as like trapped. So like it is depressing, it is sad, it is gut wrenching, it is raw.
It's raw, man.
But
I'm sorry if your ears are fucking gone at
Yeah,
this point.
it's fine.
It's fucking gone.
they're gone. They're gone.
Excuse me.
So it is all of that, but you walk out of the theater going like, man,
Yeah.
like I want to work out. I just want to be like, you know what? Like I told Kim, I was like, baby, if my wheezing ever gets bad, you fucking tell me. All right, you let me be. You gotta check my fucking heart. You gotta check everything. All right. And so like,
She's gonna do that thing where she puts her head up against the heart. We're like,
And so
that shit don't sound good, huh?
is the heart supposed to gargle? I don't think it's supposed to gargle. And
Is your heart supposed to be breathing hard?
Yeah. But yeah, so the balance is 3.
Three.
Rewatchability is 5.
Rewatchability.
Rewatchability already. It's 5.
It's a 5. It's a 5. It's 5.
Like whenever you want to feel sad, like I can see myself watching it. If
Yeah.
somebody like, here's what I think of rewatchability. When somebody goes like, "Oh, have you seen this movie?" No. Ooh, we gotta watch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not you gotta watch it. We gotta watch it or something like that. It's like you want to watch it.
It's because you
with
just
them.
want that person to go through the experience. Of
Yeah.
and it's like that's why I love those movies because it doesn't matter how it ends.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter how it starts or any. It doesn't. Nothing matters about it except the journey that it takes you through. So I guess everything matters about it.
It doesn't matter how it begins, how it starts, but just how it begins and starts.
Yeah.
Begins and starts is the same thing, and I meant to say end. I'm so stupid.
Okay.
I'm so stupid. But hey, I got a haircut.
You look good.
Thank you, man.
You look very
Appreciate it.
good.
Thank you. I think I told her to part it the wrong way. Like usually I wear it this way, right? And then yesterday I was looking in the mirror, and she had it this way.
Man, one time I parted my shit the wrong way, bro, and you know how I used to have kind of like it was like a mid length. My shit was all the way over here. It was so bad.
Bro, and today like I was like, maybe I do need to part it the other way. I went to the other way, and it's just like
Yeah.
it was not looking
was
good.
crazy,
It was not good. But
All right, next.
what's next, Kimberly? After
Just
rewatchability,
something about it.
just something about it.
Something about
I think
you.
just something about it is pretty good because there was a lot about it that I liked. There was just raw, you know,
Raw!
just raw.
You cannot say that word anymore because my urge right now to say that word just like that, it's crazy.
So it is. So like I think there was a lot of moments that I really liked about this movie, and I love seeing a comeback of Brendan Fraser.
Everybody loves a good comeback.
Everybody loves a good comeback.
Everybody loves a Rocky moment.
Yeah, and so what's your just about it?
Wait, what'd you give it?
I don't even know.
Oh, you
yet.
haven't given.
I would say like
I don't know. Like I think there is some about it, and if it was just for that, if I could just give 10 points to the Daddy Please, that moved my.
maybe that could be another segment. That
It moved my fucking soul, man. when she
Maybe
said
we can
that.
have a Daddy Please segment. How many Daddy Pleases did they give it? I'm just tired. And we have to take all this shit down after this.
I don't know how many Daddy Pleases would you give it. God,
I'm
we
gonna
gotta
give it a
go to
Daddy
sleep.
Please. I'll give it a Daddy Please.
There is something. There is something about it. I think that's
But
all.
how
it is.
much about it?
How much about
But
it?
how much about it? Like out of 10. Look, let's say you were to put it at 10. I would say 5. I would give it a whole 5 extra
I don't
points.
know if a 5 is.
Too much?
I feel like it's too much. I don't know why. It's
I'm
more
taking-
than the menu
I'm
for
taking
me.
into account Brendan Fraser's comeback. I'm taking into accounts.
Daddy,
into
please.
accounts. Daddy, please. I'm taking into account I just want to do one thing right. Whatever. I love that scene.
I loved it too, but
the
there was moments I was like,
cinematography.
I
It was a
don't
little
know.
too much, right? But
Yeah.
the cinematography was great. There was like a great little like push into him and all that
Yeah.
kind of shit. I loved it. There was something about him like getting up.
Yeah.
I don't even know when the first time it is you got up, but it just
But it did it.
zoom into his feet, zoom into his head.
But did it have
And then
that?
he just, he's like a monster waking up,
Yeah.
you know?
But did it have that thing where you're like, when you watch her, you're like, I can't pinpoint it. I can't pinpoint what that thing is. You know what I mean? And that's what I think about. Like, it's more than the menu. I think I think we gave the menu a 2. And we gave Cha Cha Real Smooth a 10. And Bones and All, I think we gave a 3. But I don't know if there's something about it more than Bones and All. Even though I know Bones and All, I know this movie for me I liked more than Bones and All.
We gave Bones and All 3.
Yeah, we
just
gave it a
about
3.
Why?
Because there was something about it, but we can never pinpoint. Just because it didn't work doesn't mean that there wasn't something there. with
Oh, because he
substance.
tried.
You gave it because he tried, but I thought there was
Yeah.
something there.
'Cause he tried
I kind
real
of want to
hard.
give it a 4. I kind of want to give it a 3.
The same as Bones and All? I liked it a lot more than Bones and All.
I liked it a lot more than Bones and All too,
And
but this category I see differently.
Yeah, but like to me, just something about it's just something about it. You know what I mean? To me, the just something about it was there because it was so. It does make you feel, even if the performances weren't the best. It makes you feel, and like it makes you feel for him. It makes you feel for her. It's just a shitty situation all around.
Yeah.
There are no winners here at all.
No winners at all.
Nobody gets closure. Sure, there's
Also, the
money
Liz,
involved.
you know, when she was like, what did she say towards the end of it? Where it was something like we don't like. I tried saving. I tried to stop. Oh my god, I can't even. My brain isn't functioning right. I can't say that. What is it? She said, I tried. I stopped trying. Oh my god. That word, that phrase was not coming out. I stopped. I stopped trying. I stopped trying to save people, I think she said.
I stopped trying to save people. I think this is.
I don't know the exact dialogue, okay? But I think she said, I stopped trying to save people. And it's because she couldn't save her brother.
Yeah,
You know, no matter how much she tried.
yeah.
So
Maybe
that
she
was
said,
also-
"I'm done trying to save people."
Or she said something like that, or she either said, I figured out that you can't help people a long time ago. That you wanted to. Something like that. But anyways,
We're fucking great at this.
oh my
This is so
God.
good.
This is why sometimes I tell you, like, bro, we need to shoot the podcast. Like, you need to tell me, like, so I could watch the movie, like, right, or at least the night before.
That's what you did.
I know, but we didn't shoot in the morning. We shot late at night. So it's a whole day. I've had a whole day.
of watching other things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking gaming.
fucking gaming.
Anyways, I'll give it a 4 just because of Daddy Please.
Okay, I'm still giving it a 5. Nah, I'll give it a 4. You're right.
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have that it factor. There's like things about it, but it doesn't have that it thing. They're just like, I can't pinpoint it, and that's okay.
There's things about it, but just not something about
Yeah,
it.
there's not some about it. People are gonna think we're fucking crazy if they just listen to
We
this.
we are. We fucking are, bro. Are
Yeah.
you serious?
Yeah. Yeah. We also
Okay.
yeah. It's just crazy.
So it's a good movie. I
a good
loved it.
movie.
I
It's a
totally
very good
recommend
movie.
it. This was one of my movies.
Yeah.
And the next is Gustavo's movie, and it is.
The killing of a sacred deer.
Bum, 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 bum. That's a fucking great movie.
It's also fucking crazy.
That's most of our movies, honestly.
Yeah.
Most of our movies are fucking insane. But The
Yeah,
Killing
they
of a
are
Sacred
pretty.
Deer,
Why would anybody want to watch those films? You know what I mean? Like
which, you know what? The Killing of a Sacred Deer, Colin Farrell, right?
Colin Farrell.
He just won for. I don't know if he won, but. No, he did win something for. What is the new movie that he has out?
I don't know.
It's a show.
No, it's a movie.
Okay, never mind.
Sheesh or something.
You're a nice. Hey, yeah,
Oh,
fucking.
yeah, that's on our list. It's let me see, Colin.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ.
The
Colin,
Benish
Colin.
of Inisherin.
I told you. Banshees of
Nobody
Inisherin. Yo, that was a good one. That was a good podcast, y'all. The Well, go watch it if you still can. Good movie. All right, Kim's done. Bye.